Silly Billy Two Half here with yet another auction. This one's a little bit harder to explain. If you're familiar with Durk, Pearson, and Sandy Shaw, in the 1988 through 1991, or 19, actually, yes, through 1991, February of 1991, Durk, Pearson, and Sandy Shaw produced a life extension newsletter, and here it is in its entirety right here. In a way, I hate to part with this. Durk and Sandy, they I paid for like a 3-year subscription, and they just ceased publication. Said they get back to us, and of course they never did. That's Durk and Sandy, though. Even though this is now, the first one's over 20 years old. Excuse me. Even though the first one's over 20 years old, the information here is still very good, and it's still information that is hard to find. In a way, it says something for the benefits of people who have an eye for what is pertinent and what is not pertinent, because we know from the internet that information is everywhere, but to make sense of it, or to filter it down into what is useful. Now, there's a lot of stuff that is interesting here that's may not be interesting to everything. Durk and Sandy tended to be, I guess they still are, kind of like radical individualists, radical libertarians, something like that. So they're very concerned in like what causes people to crave power for power's sake. So they have interesting rat studies here, where they're this or that seems to make rats less dominant in their behavior. I hate to part company with this. I really do. I don't know where this information, where else it would be made available. If I did, I would be all over it. I don't think it's posted online anywhere. This is the only source as far as I know. This is every newsletter Durk and Sandy produced. And I should make a little caveat. I'm not making any apologies for the condition. You can see a little like a coffee stain right there. I mean, they're very readable, but see that little coffee stain there? They're very readable. They've been read. They've been handled. And all things considered, they're not in bad shape. I'm going to start the bidding on this item at 1 cent. 1 cent.